What is going on, guys? Kevin over at Legbros coming back at you with another video today. This should be exciting. $675 I paid for this, and it's all just torsos. Star Wars only torsos. How much did this bag weigh is the question. As you know, Star Wars is super expensive nowadays, and this was total weight, let's see here, of, why is this not zeroing out? Hello? 2 pounds of torsos. And as you know, at least as I know, torsos are the most likely to be damaged, which is the reason I bought this. This is the same person I purchased a whole bunch of stuff from before. That helmets only purchase that I made a long time ago, that was also from this guy. And so I've done a lot of business with him through the past several years. And he's always good for bulk stuff. $675. So a little over my normal price, but because it was all torsos, and I think he said they were all in relatively good condition, which, you know, he said you can check a couple of them, but there were some torsos in here that could make up quite a bit of the value, at least that I saw, I think, anyways, unless they're cracked, or, you know, those are the ones that are damaged. But we're going to take a look and see. As you know, with Star Wars, the torsos can get cracked, and that's, you know, what makes me not be able to sell something. I have a lot of helmets. Helmets are always good too. Have a ton of heads, ton of leg pieces, so the torsos themselves, the reason I struck on this deal is because I figured it was going to be quite a bit. Actually, wait, this was, I don't know why $620, sorry, is what I paid for this. $620, so about $310 a pound. He did list it as 2.34 pounds, which I don't think it was 2.34. Anyways, we'll look back into that after I'm all done. But let's go through this. I'm going to sit down because this is a lot of torsos. And we're going to go through it relatively quickly. I'm only going to pick out the ones that are the most interesting in terms of value. And then, you know, so we're not going to pick out these. You know, there's going to be a lot of this kind of stuff in here and some Hoth Rebels and stuff like that that are not going to be worth me actually worrying about. But, you know, it looks like a lot of the arms are up, which means that's how he checked them, which is very, very encouraging. I'm sure there's still going to be some issues, but let's get started here. I'm just going to move them up. I'm not going to zoom them in unless it's something really, really cool. Then I'll stand up and we'll zoom in. That's how we're going to do it today. We do have a Sergeant, which is our first ting of the day. Those guys go for $15 once fully completed. This is one of the pilots, which is actually fairly decent as well, the blue pilots. U-Wing, I think, is what those comes from. Barris Uffy, not much to see there. Here is a old school, old brown Padawan Anakin, which is a good one right there. Some troopers and a Medal Celebration Luke. Can you see all of those on there? Yep, okay. Mandalorian, not much to see there. Ooh, Luminara, fantastic right there. Jedi Knight Luke, there is a Palpatine right there. Yoda, clone. Rebel Franz, not much to see there. We do also have a Imperial officer right there. Could have been Cloud City Luke, right? Definitely could have been. Special Forces Trooper, fantastic. Obi-Wan, there is a clone gunner, another Yoda, old school Padawan Obi, backwards hands, but there is a Super Mandalorian. Jet Trooper right there. Here is a clone pilot, that's fantastic. General Riken, that's fairly decent. What else are we gonna get here? Obi-Wan. Nothing there. It is very encouraging that all the arms are up, because that means he actually was checking for cracks. That is very, very encouraging. As you can know, with bulk stuff, you expect a lot of cracks. So there's Anakin and regular Barris. Shadow Trooper, Sith Trooper, those are fantastic. There is a Inferno Squad, another clone trooper. So these are going to be like the around $10 marks, and these are going to be $15 and above, once the figure's all completed, of course. Star Corps Episode 3. Jar Jar. Jar Jar is great because I need... Oh, this is the wrong colored Those are the wrong colored arms anyways. Jar Jar, I need the regular arms. There's Hoth Luke, another Barris. We'll just put that one. That's Death Star Vader. He's not quite Ting worthy. Crispy Anakin. Another Shadow Troop. Naboo. We haven't seen that one yet. Here is the, this is not an episode 3, well, it's a Jag or one of the Jag pilot or whatever, which is fantastic. Better than the episode 3 pilot. It does not have that little tiny mark down there at the bottom. There is another Yoda. I actually need a lot of Yoda torsos that are not cracked, so that's actually good, because a lot of times you put the little short legs in the torsos, and Yoda is prone to cracking because he uses short legs. So if you guys have any figs with short legs, maybe just take them out and put them in there very gently, because those things will crack like crazy. They don't crack normally. They crack on like the backs or the front of the torso. They make the little V cracks, which is kind of an interesting thing. Jedi Knight Luke. That one's pretty cool. There's an Endor troop. Another Jet Trooper. More clone pilots. Fantastic. Take all of those we can get. There is Darth Maul. Tons of clone bodies and stuff like that as well, which I definitely always use. And Obi-Wan Kenobi figs, which I always need too. That one, the print is pretty terrible. That was a clone pilot of some sort. The heck? That looks like... yeah, that's not gonna do. I'll put that over damaged. That's the first, like, majorly damaged one that I've seen. Let's see. There's a Anakin that's also a little bit chewed up. Old school Han Solo. That's pretty cool. Where's the goods? Let's see the goods. Where's my goods? There's another one of those torsos. Where's the really good ones? That's what we need. That's what we need. There's Leia. There's another clone pilot. Fantastic. I'll take clone pilots for the win. That one is Asajj Ventress. Another Sith Trooper. And I mean, as you can know, like, even if I just build a Mandalorian, he's still going to be $5. And I have a ton of the pieces to build such things. That could have been a Captain Rex. You never know. Could have been Cloud City. You never know. There's the second Jar Jar torso without the arms that I need. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. This one... oh, that's Rowan. I was thinking it was Antilles, but nope. Clone Wars. Obi-Wan. Fairly decent. Old school Padme. There's a Bespin guard as well. He could possibly be up there. Ahsoka. Up there as well. Another Death Star Vader. There's Gree. Heating up. We're heating up a little bit. Mostly we're not, but like I said, Star Wars is Star Wars. You just pay a premium for it. So do buyers. So another one of those torsos. Those are great. Great to find those ones. Rebel, or Resistance, I should say. More Yoda. Another Barris. Old school Luke. That's Resistance fig. That one is Darth Maul, I think. Republic Trooper. We haven't seen one of those yet. Oh, look at that. Just the two little markings. That is a Snowtrooper Sergeant. Little blue and red markings on the top right. The lapel. Give it away. There is a Sergeant. Another Clone Wars. There is Harrison Dula. Nice, nice. Ooh, Plo Koon. Not cracked Plo Koon. That is something to find right there. Let's see. Old school Venator Senate Commando. That one's pretty cool. Rey. Here's another Bespin guard. Shadow Guard. Old school Imperial Officer. I think that's old school Luke, or not old school, old age Luke, I should say. Not Star Wars, but that's still cool. There's a Death Trooper from the Battle Pack. Here is, which one is that? That is one of the newer Sith Anakins, I believe. I see what you did. It changed all the All the Jar Jar arms that were cracked. These are the ones we need right there. I sell Jar Jar like crazy, but only if he has those arms. We're going to put it up there even though he's not worth that much, just because I want to keep that torso separate from the other stuff. There is Leia. ×2. Our pile is slowly taking over the other piles. Uh-oh. I should have kept a bag for this. Here, I'm gonna put these back in the bag. Free up some room. All torsos. Craziness. And sometimes, as you know, the torso is all I need to complete it, so. More clones. Troopers, Obi-Wan. There's another good Anakin. Right there. Super Mandalorian. Let's see. That's a good one. Another one of those. Dengar. Super Mandalorian. Pilots. There's old school Padme again. Oh, that's like one of the really, really old Imperial officers, I believe. Ooh, another one of those pilots. Where was... Oh, there it is. Cad Bane. Fantastic. Dark brown Cad Bane uncracked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We'll look back at the ones that were really good. There's Padme. Yoda. Clone Wars Obi and Leia again. Is that... Wait, is that Leia? I think that might be Leia as well. Another one of those. There's a couple of good ones in here, but I think they were very... very rare. It's crazy that they'd be at the end, too. I just poured this out, like... I'm hoping they're still in here. Obviously, we have a little less than we thought. There's Poe in the white suit. Let's see. Maybe it was 3.4 pounds with box. That's probably what it was. It's already packed up or whatever. There's Dirt Stains Anakin. That one's good. Someone purchasing Nia. There is a Darth Maul. Sith Anakin again. Ooh, there's the other Cad Bane. That's a good one. Both versions of Cad Bane in here. Anakin with the headset. It's a good one. Another Jar Jar with the wrong arms. I see it. I see it. Another Darth Maul. I could just sell all these torsos on Bricklink. That could be something I could do too. That one's not going to be sellable for me. Another one of those. A lot of Padawans. Inferno Squad, fantastic. Dengar. Clones, ooh, Dooku. Not the super duper rare Dooku, that would be really good. He does know his stuff, so he's not going to throw that kind of stuff in here, I would imagine. Ain't going to be any Cloud City Boba Fett's in here or anything like that, I would imagine. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. There is Sase Teen, or however you say his name, I'm not sure. Bespin. That's how you go through 2 pounds of torsos. Relatively quickly. Another one of those. A whole bunch of those. Another Imperial officer. Metal Celebration Han. Could be a Rex. Phase 1. That's just a clone with blue arms. Is a Rex Phase 1. Seriously? I swear there was some... I thought I saw, like... I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I was seeing things. Kylo Ren? Definitely are some good ones in here, but... Ferris... Episode 3... Naboo... Another Darth Vader... We'll make a lot of figs, though. There's Akbar, Mace Windu, clone. Another Cad Bane. Boba Fett. Another Kylo Ren. The fact that most of them are checked is definitely good. I've seen some damage, but that's what they said, so. That, I think, is Stas Ali. Clones and Jet Troopers, clones and Jet Troopers. And clones and clones and clones, I'll take them. Cad Bane again. The Cad Bane dark brown Cad Bane torso. Take those too. Hard to find those uncracked. Even Peel, also good. That actually I don't remember putting up there, but that is a Sand Trooper. It does belong there. Dagobah Yoda. That one's good. That one's drawn on. Not cracked, but drawn on. Mandalorian. I'm not seeing the one torso that I saw in here so far. That's concerning. I think, what the heck? Special Forces. Nice. Another one of these. Arc 170? 180? What is it? Arc 1 something? There's another Kylo Ren. Is it really going to be like saved for last, or did I miss it? There was one I zoomed into and I was like, I want that. But I'm not really seeing it here. That is a old school Boba Fett. That's a really good one. Anakin. Cad Bane again. Wrong color arms, though. Crud, I don't want to change those. That's terrifying. That is scary. What in the world? That's a Falcon. Interesting. Another one of those. Another one of those. I am totally not seeing it. I'll have to message him or go through it again. I swear, unless I'm thinking about a different lot, there was a Wolfpack Trooper, the blue one. That is Quinlan Voss, and a Gunship Padme. Maybe it was a different lot than I'm thinking of. I don't know. We'll take a look. There's Moroff and Ki-Adi-Mundi. And another Anakin. And another Anakin. Oh my gosh. So many Anakins. Okay, so obviously not a ton. Oh, there's another Plo Koon right there as well. Another Cad Bane. How did I miss these? It's because I was looking for a certain thing and I started missing things that were in here. That means that I could have missed the things that I was looking for. I was hoping there was a Gunship Padme in here that I had seen. Let me look at it real quick. Maybe it was a different lot. Maybe it was the other lot that I saw, because this was just torsos, but I swear... I'll have to look in the zoomed-in pictures here. I don't think he did, he's a reputable seller. I don't think he does anything crazy, so it must be just me being confused. But I'll look into it on my own time. I'm not going to bore you guys with all that kind of jazz. No, it is on the pick. Okay. There is definitely a Gunship Padme in the picture. So I must have missed it. We'll go through it again. And there's also the back of a Wolfpack. Yeah, it was this lot. There's also the back of a Wolfpack Trooper. I'll have to look at the back, so maybe it was a fake one, or maybe it was drawn on, or something like that. Because I definitely didn't see a Wolfpack Trooper in there either. Alright, we'll have to go through this slowly. We'll see what happens. Anyways, it's tons and tons and tons of checked torsos is good for me. To build a ton of figures. In terms of the winners, I think the Cad Bane, this one was really good to find. The Even Peel and Plo Koons are very hard to find uncracked, so those are good. We had Count Dooku in here. All these Cad Bane ones Obviously, I have to change the arms on one of them, but there was several, like 5 Cad Bane ones in there. Some Super Mandalorians, those are pretty good. The Dirt Stains Anakin, obviously these Anakins are fairly decent as well. I'll have to put some heads on him, which I don't know if I have those. The Clone Pilots are always fantastic. Haven't had those in a while, just because their torsos are always cracked. So we will make a absolute ton of figures with all these parts. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed, got some enjoyment out of just torsos. Sorry if that was super boring to you, but, you know, I had to go through it, and I might as well share it with you guys. This is what I'm doing. All torsos, isn't that crazy? I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.